Warriors, let's get to it. Let's rock and roll, as I like to say. That is being a warrior. So much has happened in the last week. It's actually hard to keep up with and hard to report everything to you. News you need to know about human trafficking, about sexual exploitation happening in your town. I guarantee you, in your city. You live in the rural area across America, happening there as well. So listen up, take some notes. I have to say that I was just doing an interview on the Christian television network. Really good people. And the host asked me a very interesting question. Let me remind you, Christian television network. Why is God allowing this? I don't have an answer for that. None of us do. There's pure evil going on right now where our children are definitely being attacked. Our family units are definitely being attacked as a whole. There are evil forces. That I'll agree to. That I know. I tended the warriors to stay in the moment, try to be positive, try to provide resources, solutions, try to give you information that I know you're not hearing on mainstream media or even online, because we know there's censorship online. It's okay to have actual rape videos of children online. Nobody seems to be censoring those, but sometimes I'm censored for just sharing information about these issues. So we all know what's going on. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you the horrors, but I had no answers for the host, except that we have to be a warrior. We have to educate ourselves and our children in our own homes and communities to take action to thwart all of this evil, because it truly is evil. And I don't want to tell you things I even know, horrors going on across the country, because I know deep down you know it. So let's protect our kids and our grandkids and take action. Let me tell you a few things that happened this week. I want to first mention the word bipartisan. I send out a weekly warrior newsletter, which just went out yesterday morning. So I urge all of you, first step to learning about things you may not know about or how to handle situations you may not know about. Sign up, linswarriors.org. Scroll down on the right side. It says e-newsletter. Please sign up. Of course, it's free. I want to give away all the free information I can give away because my goal is to reach one of you a day. If I educate you, if I provide a resource, a tip, if you email me, which everybody can email me, lynn@linswarriors.org, and ask a question, I'll be happy to answer. And there are many other good people who share the way I work, because I also think collaboration in working with this overwhelming dark subject of trafficking, of sexual exploitation, we must come together as organizations. We must share each other's information. We must collaborate is the only way to make a dent in what is going on in 2022. So let's start with bipartisan. I was so pleased last week that our Earn It Act passed out of House Judiciary Committee and now onto the full Senate for a vote before it's made law. Now, if you've been here before, you know I'm always preaching about the Earn It Act. It will hold big tech accountable for CSAM, child sexual abuse material. So what I need from all of you warriors, one more step for the Earn It Act. I need all of you to take action, to continue going to linswarriors.org. Find out, go to the Take Action tab, find out, read the bill for yourself. I have it there, what it exactly entails. Don't believe any of the press. Don't Google it. You'll find nothing but negative misrepresentations, and I dare say outright lies, because big tech does not want to upset the apple cart. The people making billions of dollars off of sexually exploiting our children online. There's no disruption. Business, follow the money. You know all this. But we need to hold big tech accountable for allowing this to occur online. Nothing's getting any better. We're moving into Web 3.0, metaverses. It will only increase. So again, go to linswarriors.org, go to news and events, go to take actions. I have all the information there. We still need all of you to urge your representatives to support and co-sponsor Earn It. So far, groundbreaking. We're doing a terrific job. Again, we need more support. We need more co-sponsors. Currently, we have 22 in the House, which is amazing, but we need more. We have 258 organizations and counting, and bipartisan, by the way, both sides of the aisle working on this, because what better bipartisanship than protecting our children? Who could argue with that, warriors? But they do, and they are. And we're not going to allow big tech and their very well-paid, very well-oiled machinery of PR and marketing say that this will, encroach on American citizens' privacy. The bill has nothing to do with that. Read the bill for yourself. It is simply about keeping our kids safe. So this was a wonderful, wonderful picture of Senator Richard Blumenthal and Senator Lindsey Graham coming together, the co-sponsors of the bill, at the press conference, standing together along with organizations in Washington that are supporting protecting our children. We simply want to hold them accountable. We simply want CSAM, child sexual abuse material, taken down. We simply want big tech to do it voluntarily. And if they don't do it voluntarily, then they will have to go before a commission of 19 people, including victims and survivors of this CSAM, child sexual abuse material, law enforcement, privacy experts, tech experts. We want people on the commission from big tech. We will also have organizations like Lynn's Warriors coming together to find the best practices to deal with this CSAM, this child sexual abuse material, these images that are rampant and escalating online. So that was a beautiful sight to see this bipartisan citizenship. Again, we need all of you to urge your representatives to take action and support Earn It, EARNIT, Earn It Out. Go to lynswarriors.org and learn more. Now, the next thing was this past Sunday, I was invited. I'm in New York City. That's where I live. Senator Gillibrand's office invited the Warriors to a press conference, which of course I attended. And again, Warriors, let me remind you, these are bipartisan issues: human trafficking, sexual exploitation, protecting our kids. I will stand in front of anybody and stand with anybody doing the good work to protect our children, to help victims and survivors of human trafficking. So I don't want to get any flack from people who contacted me because I took a picture or pictures with, for instance, our Attorney General, Tish James, doing excellent work. Let me tell you what the press conference was about. We came together because Senator Gillibrand was announcing two bills that she's working alongside AG Tish James. First is called Put Trafficking Survivors First Act, and it would direct the AG to provide training and technical assistance for federal, state, and local government agencies, prosecutors, and law enforcement officials on data collection and investigating, prosecuting, preventing trafficking through a trauma-informed, victim-centered approach. And Warriors, that is what we need, a holistic approach. We want to work with survivors. That is what is needed. That is a tenet of Lynn's Warriors, trauma-informed, victim-centered approach. So that's Put Trafficking Survivors First Act. The second is the Trafficking Survivors Relief Act. Now listen up. Would create a federal law to vacate and expunge non-violent criminal convictions and arrest stemming from an individual's status as a victim of trafficking. Again, that is called the Trafficking Survivors Relief Act. And what that means, Warriors, is a lot of these people that are trafficked, it could be kids, teens, adults. Often the pimp, often the trafficker will get them involved in other crimes, such as drug trafficking, theft, petty theft, bringing other people on board to traffic. And they were trafficked themselves. So this Trafficking Survivors Relief Act would create this federal law to expunge their records, because I know a lot of great people, unfortunately vulnerable, have gone through this, and now they've cleaned up their lives. Now they're out of this system, if you want to call it, of trafficking, and they're trying to go to school. They're trying to rent an apartment. They're trying to get a job. And with these, criminal convictions, they cannot do any of that. So how would we heal society if we don't have this direct take action? Again, more trauma informed. That is cleaning it up instead of regelling people or having them stuck in this vicious circle of not being able to better their lives. Especially, let me use it as an example, a 17-year-old girl, that's the rest of her life. We all make mistakes as kids. So why should she be held accountable? And we're talking non-violent crimes on that. So that was a beautiful event to stand with other organizations invited: World Without Exploitation, Coalition Against Trafficking in Women, Mentari, which is a survivor-led organization here in New York, and also ECPAT. So I gladly stand with anybody and everybody helping our children, working to make our lives better, our children's lives better, our communities, our country better. So we had that. That was very exciting. I also did my radio show yesterday, and I had a terrific young woman, Caitlin Macias. Now, Caitlin is the chair of World Without Exploitation Youth. And this is so important, warriors, because we have to get at the young people early. I'm going to remind you, I'm going to say like age 3, age appropriate, start teaching kids about the internet, about exploitation, about all of these issues. They're here to stay. They're not going away. So Caitlin came on the program. That would be Lynn's Warriors, WVOX Live, every Wednesday from 3 to 4 p.m. Eastern, and talked about how she rallies up the troops, the youth, to talk about human trafficking, sexual exploitation. I want everybody to go to worldwithoutexploitation.org, see the great work they are doing. They're one of the leading organizations in the United States. And Caitlin with the Youth Coalition does terrific online advocacy. So I'm usually talking about, the internet is no good, but on the flip side, the internet is wonderful. We just have to understand and utilize it and leverage it for good. And Caitlin Macias is certainly doing that. So you can follow at World We Us on Twitter. Again, the website is worldwithoutexploitation.org. See how you can participate. See how you could share with your teens and young adults, because the ages for the Youth Coalition are, 18 to like 26. But again, Caitlin does a terrific job with online advocacy, and I've worked with her on several issues. We had our protest in Times Square a few months back, Protect Children Not Porn. We had Sarah's Law. You can follow up on that. We had Earn It Act just a week ago, where we do Twitter storms and online advocacy and hashtags and all of that, because we have to keep sharing with everybody. You're not hearing this information anywhere, but you're going to hear it here in the Warriors. A reminder, again, lynswarriors.org. Also, Lynn's Warriors on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, because that big tech, they censor. They don't want to share this kind of information. And we're going to share it here in the Warriors. So World Without Exploitation, excellent. Some other things to share is, I'm sure by now you've all heard about Prince Andrew settling with accuser Virginia Giuffre. Although I'm happy, because victims should not have to go through all of these horrors, I'm a little bit, we're not bringing, I'm so disappointed. There's so much more to this Epstein story, as you all know, and we're not bringing accomplices or others complicit to the table. What happened to all those other people? So we've got no more Jeffrey Epstein. We've got Ghislaine in jail. I'm still always wondering why Ghislaine doesn't name names to protect and save herself, but we don't know yet. It's kind of going away, this whole case. We really don't know. I don't, Prince Andrew, one of a handful, right? So let's continue hearing about and researching and finding out what's going on and not drop the ball with this one. So I'll be on that so I can share any kind of insider information I hear or anything that you may not hear in the media. The other thing we have to remind everybody of is, there's so many great parents really fighting for their children. And it is so disheartening to see that the parents are being made out to be the criminals, for lack of a better word. We cannot have that. We need to support our parents. We need to support our grandparents. we need to teach our children what we want them to know. So I'm going to leave that for a minute, but I want to tell you the one thing, the takeaway from this discussion with you is, how can you help? You can help by, again, supporting the Earn It Act. And how do you do that? We need all the names we can get. I need all of you. Go to linswarriors.org, go to the Take Action, go to the News and Events tab, find out where it says urge your representatives to co-sponsor and support Earn It. Hit that link, fill in your name, fill in your zip code, hit send. The work's done for you. Will go to you, whoever your official is, your representative, and it'll be one more name, one more person to support. So we have that going on. That is the most important thing right now, because this is groundbreaking legislation to hold big tech accountable. Is it the solution for all of this escalation of child sexual abuse material, images online? No, but it's the best solution right now in 2022 to get the ball rolling and to address all of this. So we need all of you, because what's more important than our precious children? Basically nothing. And this is pure evil, and we need to step in and stop it. I want to remind everybody, if you're in the New York City area, that on Thursday, March 10th, I will be hosting a panel at the 3 West Club. That is 3 West 51st Street, right in the heart of Rockefeller Center, 6 p.m. All are invited. And I will be having Lynn's Warriors Advisory Council member, Dr. Ann Ritchie, who has extremely important information about the medical involvement with human trafficking victims to share with us. And we're working on a program right now to include law enforcement and medical, again, trauma-based, for the victims, for the survivors, to help them, okay? And we'll also have Honorable Judge Fernando Camacho join us, and he will talk about the law. He was instrumental about 2 decades ago in forming the first prostitution aversion court, because what good does it do to lock up the prostitutes? What about ending demand? What about the Johns? What about the pimps and the traffickers who control? We know from studies that many of these prostitutes are forced into this. So I don't want to hear they could leave anytime. They could do it on their own. Don't even fight me on this one. As a matter of fact, I had to turn off comments probably about a month ago. I had comments on this YouTube channel, but because of the most ridiculous and horrific things people were writing to me and attacking me, you know what? I'm not going to put up with that, because you know why? I can put up with that, but YouTube will hold that against me, and they will, who knows what they'll do. And so it's simple. I just took the comments off. So you can always write to me, Lynn at linswarriors.org, for those of you who are giving very nice and constructive and supportive comments. But I invite all of you on Thursday, March 10th, to join this event, to learn more about the medical, about the law, about survivor advocacy, and about what we can all do in our own homes and communities. Because remember, warriors, it begins with education. It begins with raising awareness. It begins with our children. Do not let them grow up in a world where they will become sexually exploited. And on that note, until we meet again, today and every day, be a warrior.